Precious souls, welcome to our happy space. Let's find out what messages come forward today for you from your beautiful spirit guides, ancestors, higher self, and your guardian angels. From Source, under the protection of Archangel Michael. Let's find out what you need to know. Watch the cards, guys. Spirit, please come through with the truth, the best wisdom, guidance, moving forward for those watching at this time. Thank you. All right, the entire reading is about not letting go of the belief that someone else can bring you happiness, something else can bring you happiness. Happiness is a choice that we can make at any given moment, in each moment. It is something we can choose to be in. It is a state, okay? We cannot drag people into happiness. We cannot, no one can expect us to make them happy. It comes from within. It is an individual choice. And it's also about trusting that everything going on in your life right now is actually for you. You have every right to be happiness. It is a choice. It is a mindful decision. No matter what your environment looks like outside, everything is being done for you. So we can choose to live in this existence in misery or with happiness in our heart. 111 on the clock. Spirit, what is the, thank you, the challenge is to allow yourself to be more playful. Allow yourself to see things with innocence. Remember that when you were a child, it was easy to get into this state of happiness. It was easy to see the joy in things. And at some point, we stopped looking at the world through innocent eyes, curious, asking questions. We can very easily fall into a state where stagnancy, like we need the next big thing to keep us happy, to keep us excited. Sometimes we forget that there is something new to be seen in every moment. When we look through innocence, instead of saying, I've seen that a million times, yeah, that's boring, right? This is what's coming through in the energy. So we're being challenged to really allow ourselves to be playful or see through your inner child's eyes again. You will find happiness and create happiness in those moments. Subconsciously, Spirit. Creativity, it just keeps coming out, guys. Subconsciously, you're trying to be creative. Some of you have a creative block because you're waiting for something to come in to stimulate you. But if you look around, you can look around you and find some creative way to expand upon it just by looking around you through fresh eyes, right? Because what you might think is boring and mundane, other people would love to have access to. So what is it creatively you can do with everything around you to express the joy and excitement of your inner child? Cautiously, Spirit. Okay, so we're working through some sorrow, right? Those walls of isolation. Sometimes they can keep us segregated from others. Sometimes we just go within and we're not feeling this level of excitement, or we're not allowing ourselves to see with innocence everything, and how maybe don't take things so personally. Not everything that everybody does has a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them, right? So if there's sorrow inside, we need to heal our own sorrows, our own dis-ease, in order to step into this abundant life where we can trust and create our own happiness and see through innocence. We need to deal with whatever lies beneath, what is within us that might be blocking the feeling of, and the creativity and the feeling of joy. What is it that's blocking? It all comes down to doing the inner childhood healing. And those who haven't done it have not. Where's the abundance? Where's the happiness? Where's the perfect love? Where's it all stems from healing those inner wounds. We cannot get past it. We have to go through it. And it's not like it's all a one-time thing where I just took a week and went within and everything's good now. There are different ego deaths, dark night of the soul, okay? facing the shadows, and instead of trying to bury them behind walls so that we avoid those triggers, it's facing them and allowing them to be seen and heard by you and seeing where they come from. And then not allowing them to have complete control over your everyday, every moment being, okay? It could be easy, for instance, for us to think, this person owes me this happiness. I did this, this, and this for them. I gave and gave, or it's about realizing then that there's something triggered that says we cannot give it to ourselves. What part of ourselves has to look outside of ourselves for fulfillment? What part of our inner wounding says that we cannot satisfy our happiness without the praise, acceptance, constant inflow of external forces? Because there's a healthy detachment that comes from realizing we create our own happiness. No matter what people are doing or saying or not doing or avoiding around us, we have the say on whether we choose to exist in a state of contentment and gratitude, or to let the influences of the external world actually wreak havoc. And that is healing those inner wounds that believes that we are unworthy, or that we're not enough, or the struggle and all of that. It's about going within and crying it out, allowing your tears to melt that icy wall so that you could see that as children, all we wanted was the freedom to be ourselves. So now you are the adult. You have every opportunity to carve out space where you have a safe space to just be yourself and get enjoyment out of it and look at the world and answer all these questions. You have access to so much information. It's time to get curious. All right, Spirit, thank you for that. What profound event in the recent past created this? You wanted so much to do what everybody else seems to be doing on the outside world. You looked and you saw there are things that I don't understand, that I haven't experienced yet, and I want to. And it started to dissolve these elusive bars. You were never caged in. You belong out there flying like everybody else, because out there is really in here. When we do the work within ourselves, we create a freedom. We are not shackled anymore by these false beliefs that our shadow continued to have us operating in a way that was not healthy. What can we expect, Spirit? Should we embrace the fact that we own our own happiness? We create our own happiness. Look at this. 3 cards. A brand new beginning where you finally have faith in yourself and in whatever it is, divine source, okay? That you could take these leaps of faith with innocence. Be that inquisitive person that wants to try, wants to fly. Trust that you will be supported. You also want to learn how to be more receiving of all of the things you have coming, that you have earned. When we do the healing, we allow space for that, because some things cannot find us when we're in a state of operating with our shadows still taking precedence. By shadows, I mean jealousy, greed, fear, competition, insecurities, all of that. How can we be receptive if we don't embody the feelings of being worthy of receiving, right? So these are all things we can expect. Receptivity, brand new beginnings where we can prove to ourselves, our ego, our shadow side, that we are absolutely supported, okay? And finally, aligning with people that actually serve your best and highest good. They have the same aspirations, the same dreams. They come from the same healing. But in order to be a part of this, we must first be this. We must be the person who wasn't afraid to heal. Do you see that? Look at that little card there. As well, you will be embarking on a brand new journey is literally a highest timeline is what I'm seeing, up towards source. You will be trusting, and therefore you will be stepping forward in a place that serves your highest good. And it's not just the journey, or it's not just the end goal, it's the journey. It's what we attain on the way. The fact that you can see, hey, I've got wings too. I just never allowed myself the permission to try them. I always believed, hey man, what if they don't work, right? Hey, they're going to work. You're going to prove it to your ego so that your ego quits second guessing you the way others have in the past, people who were unhealed, right? It's your own perception. Okay, I want to know your energy right now. What's the energy right now of those watching? Please, Spirit, come through. There we are. Yeah, okay. So, you got this armor around you because you've been through it. But you see, I just noticed something. Look at, see guys, you got these walls. It just keeps, you see these individuals up here? I never noticed this before, and I've used these Osho Zen for so many years. This fighting. So when we're fighting with others, when we're fighting with energies and people and everything outside of ourselves, we're fighting within ourselves. See this ghostly images, right? When people are fighting or have armor, we are or they are fighting with what is on the inside, something they haven't come to terms with, maybe an aspect that they don't want to look at. And it's one of the quickest ways to see in this world, people that come into your energy, what level of healing they've actually done or how they've maybe tried to avoid it, right? Is someone who's feisty, combative, has their guard up. So the Spirit is just saying, if you feel like you've got your guard up, you are protected. You don't need to constantly be on the defense. You are exactly, your environment reflects whatever's going on inside, right? Spirit says it's time to get out there and start experiencing life through the eyes of your inner child. Get out there, get away from the bubble, the people you've been hanging around with maybe. If you feel like you need to be guarded around them, it's time for new experiences. It's time to treat your inner child to what I would call a recess break. Okay? It's time to get out there, hug the tree, let it elevate your vibration and energy. Get out there and see what else is out there in the world. At 121, now Spirit talks to me in numbers all the time. The 121, that was my old address when I was a child, when I was playful, mischievous sometimes. I just want to see what's around that corner. What happens if I do this? Get out there and answer these questions of your inner child that's asking, hey, what else is there besides this adulting and leaning on others and allowing other people to have power over us and us being reactive? What is out there? What is out there is a brand new beginning with different dynamics too. Cooperation and balance with others. Okay, the 2 2s, it's a brand new foundation with people who actually match your energy. When you do the healing, you will get people who have done the healing also. So if your environment doesn't reflect people that are healthy, doing healthy things, healthy behaviors, not trying to manipulate others, but instead trying to understand and be a part of and add to the beauty of the world, okay, that builds a foundation that's strong. And if you add them all together, that's change. And it takes us embracing this change and allowing ourselves to look at something outside of ourselves differently, a new perspective. 1, 2, 3, climbing that ladder, elevating, allowing ourselves to step up above and beyond all the drama that we are sitting in. It takes all of that. It takes change. It takes so much change. Spirit is saying that this is what you're desiring, but what you're denying, and this just hits the nail on the head. Thank you, Spirit. Your inner child is ready to go on an adventure. How many years have you sat in the same space and the same entities with different people's bodies, right? Like the same circumstances, the same people, the same lessons keep coming around over and over and over. Your inner child is like, I'm done with that. It's time to move on to something different. And it could not possibly be worse than what we've already learned over and over and over. Can we just open a new door, something, change something, shake it up? Let's go in the little forest of darkness and try to find the rainbows, okay? Try to find the leprechauns. Try to see what else is out there. And all of this, what's key is to turn that love and compassion and grace on yourself. It's time for a recess. Break away from the matrix, okay? You will not be loved in the way that you deserve until you start to pour that love into yourself, into your inner child, that has been ignored, neglected, shoved deep down, big walls around. Don't cry now. It's not strong to cry. Yeah, that's all. Let it all be released. Take the armor off. Your inner child, your shadows, they want to be seen and heard, and they will scream louder and louder and louder and louder until they're finally heard. And that's when we go within and we say, okay, what? What are these triggers? It's time to give myself the love, the attention, carve out this space that I've been craving. What is it about me that feels like I don't deserve this time and space? Because I have control over everything that happens in my life. I control how much happiness I'm allowing myself to experience. Where am I pouring it out to others and not pouring it out to myself? Where have I not given myself grace and love and forgiveness for all the things that I felt I could have showed up better? Okay? How have I allowed other people to influence what my self-worth is? When I know we are all created equal, what is it that is screaming at me, that keeps triggering me, that says I deserve better? And how can I create this? How can I create this life for myself? Because you are your own hero. At the end of it all comes down to, when will we stop trying to control everything in our environment and instead, outside of ourselves, and instead get creative, go within, because that's where the changes have to happen. Remember, this entire matrix, this simulation, this illusion, this learning school is a reflection of what is going on within. So instead of trying to control everyone and everything outside of yourself, you better give me happiness or else this, instead of using all those, I'm calling this all out, guys, any manipulative tactics to try to make the world conform to you, change what's going on inside. Heal those aspects that say, I need to be in control all the time because when I was a child, I felt like I had no control over my environment. So now I will control everything. Whether it be through eating disorders, overindulging, can't stop me, look at me. We're destroying ourselves through these negative behaviors. And it's like, as my dad would say, making sure people don't cut their nose off to spite their face. It's like, oh yeah, you can't control this and you're harming yourself. And it's about saying, instead of trying to control everybody's reactions or the way they view me, which is really irrelevant. Everybody has a different perception. They come from different experiences and backgrounds. It's something we can't control. So the more we stop devoting our attention to manipulating or changing the outside world, the more we give that attention to ourselves and say, okay, inner child, okay, shadows, the things that I've refused to look at or listen to, what is it you have to say? Let's look at this, honestly. Where do you feel like you have not been supported? Where do you feel like you were never treated with the value and worth that you truly deserve? Why did we carry all of this crap through our entire life only to still be trying to control and get praise and acceptance and validation outside of ourselves? No, that is a fruitless cause. It is an expenditure of energy that is, in my opinion, my perception, very wasteful. We could be directing it into trusting that everything around us is just meant to reflect back so that we can see what still needs healing inside. A big aspect of that is giving other people the power to decide whether we will be happy or not. It is a personal choice. It is a way that we embody this, embrace this energy. It could be all kinds of chaos going on in your environment. But how you perceive it is your secret power. Okay? Trust that it is in your hands, your happiness, whether your dreams are pursued and come true. And it's about looking at it through these eyes of innocence in a brand new way. Open your mind, open the perception, because the ego just continues to recycle the same events, the same beliefs, the same behaviors until something is expanded upon. And that's where change comes in. You've got pure potential, and it's always been there. And sometimes the ego doesn't want to hear that. Oh, no, you don't know what I've been through. Hey, guys, I know. I've been through it too. No one comes through this unscathed. But it is always pure potential. In every moment, we can flip a switch inside that goes, well, what if I step outside of this grid, this programming? What if I change the program? What if I do let my guard down? What if I do go within and start giving myself the love that I give to everybody else? What if I start embracing this, looking at things in a different way? Putting myself in their shoes. What if it's putting myself in my inner child's shoes? What if it's trying these wings to see it? Hey, let's see. Okay, maybe trying to prove yourself and your ego trying to prove that it's right, maybe you will prove it wrong. And therefore will not be led by the nose through ego any longer. But instead, when these triggers happen, when envy starts to creep in, when jealousy, when fears or insecurities or any of these start to creep in, you can look at it honestly and go, hey, Shadow, I see you. Why are you feeling like that? Do you feel like we're not capable of doing that? Do you really think there's not enough for everybody to go around? It's not a competition? Do you think maybe ego that we've been sacrificing our own happiness by constantly trying to take what is someone else's when I'm not looking at the gift that is mine? There are a lot of questions, a lot of curiosities, so many questions. And it all comes down to that little child that used to say, why? Why? What? Who? When? Where? Why? We were given this ability so that we ask the questions. Ask the difficult questions. That prompts the healing. That moves you up into this higher realm. Okay? That's the secret sauce. You want to manifest? There you go. You got to open the gates. No one gets out of it to their highest timeline without doing the healing. We can't bury it. We can't pretend like everything's rosy all the time. We can't. That's all a lie. And when we lie to ourselves, it shows in our environment. Anything else, Spirit, before I close this out? Yeah, this is pretty heavy, but it's important, guys. Release the people, the places, the things that no longer serve you, the behaviors, the beliefs. Release them. Just like we do spring cleaning, just like anything. Maybe it's time to go inside that beautiful brain of yours that's so intelligent and start asking these questions. What in this mess doesn't fit us anymore? Oh, that I never fit in. And that's because I was never worthy. Nope, we're going to throw that in the trash. That no one is ever there for me. No, I'm going to throw that in the trash. It's because it's a reflection. I was never there advocating for myself. That everybody's going to just take advantage anyway. No, that actually, no, I'm aligning with my soul group. And that's because I'm not going to let myself down. I'm not going to abandon myself. That the other shoe's always going to drop. No, that was only a part of my learning on what my healthy boundaries needed to be. Okay? It was my healthy learning. I learned that lesson, throw that one out. Keep asking the difficult questions because that's what inspires growth. Everybody was given all the tools they need, the talents, something. And you were also granted little tools along the way and talents and hobbies and learned things on the way. Everybody has a gift box. Okay? It would be like, and I don't know why this is coming through, but I'm going to say it. I'm seeing everybody sitting on one of those like Oprah shows, and they all got this gift underneath their seat and no one knows it. But then all of a sudden they say, okay, everybody, look underneath your seat. There's a gift waiting for you. And instead of looking under your own seat for your own gift, you see someone open theirs ahead of you and you want it, so you grab theirs instead. Well, yours is sitting unopened. And only you have the keys, the code to unlock that specific gift that was given specifically to you. And yes, there are people still foolishly, mindlessly trying to take other people's blessings and gifts and competing for them, not realizing they don't even have the essence to line up to use it. Wow, I was just given a crazy image. Wow. So yours is going unopened. It's not released. It's not, the code has not been broken. And we're all waiting on you because whatever you've got, it's pretty incredible, just like everybody else's. But in order to open the gift, you have to go through the healing. This is not, it gets tiring saying it, but I'm still saying it. You have to. You cannot avoid the healing. And that sometimes is enough to trigger someone and literally cutting their nose off to spite their face. Oh, I'll show you. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a nonconformist. That's it. Keep sticking that knife in yourself. Like, you're not opening your gift. You're too busy grabbing. And this is not for everybody. This is for those that I know are watching because I was just told to direct this to them. The people who are grabbing, trying to stop other people from opening their gifts sitting there waiting and waiting, and they get nothing. And what Spirit is showing me right now is what they don't realize is sometimes they'll get, the ribbon off that gift. They're ripping at somebody else's gift. They think they're getting rewards for being shady, operating out of their shadows. I'll just take theirs and theirs and theirs. I'll manipulate. What they don't realize is they're only being given a taste of it, only so that it is shown there's an exchange. They were being tested. Would you take from somebody else? They're taking a part of it. They will never get all of it, ever. It's impossible because you need certain codes within you, your essence, each individual person to unlock their own gift. But they're holding the ribbons and the bows and everything, they're wrapping, and they're going, ha ha, I don't have to do the healing. I'm just going to keep taking. So there's, at the end of it all, at this moment, they're surrounded by wrapping and ribbons and all the things that are on the outside, the instant glorification. They think they're using their superpowers, and their gift is going unopened. What is designed for them, should they do the healing and quit doing these things, is something that they can unopen. They can open it up. And their essence, after being healed, unlocks it, and they get their very own that no one else gets. And the thing is, we and they and I and us and them, there is none. We all need to open each of our gifts because it's like a giant puzzle piece. The reason we've each been gifted this is because every time any one of us, we are connected, puts this gift, this puzzle piece into the puzzle, we all get more. So to look down our nose at people who have not figured this out is cutting our own nose to spite our face, cutting up. Oh, you can't conform. Oh, you guys are unhealed. It doesn't matter. The more of us that do this, the more we all win. And it is in healing that we realize there's no competition. I got goosebumps, Spirit speaking through me. It is about finally realizing that helping other people attain the wisdom to do their own healing and open their own gifts, so we have that puzzle piece too, is a part of what we were meant to learn, and it is against the complete programming of those who never wanted us to see. Those who had a lot of benefit by keeping a select few opening gifts and manipulating and taking from others and not allowing others, but it's because they haven't figured this out. So by stealing other people's ribbons and wrappings, they think they've got it all, right? They're literally shooting us in the foot. We are shooting us in the foot. An aspect of us, a fragmented part of our energy, those who have chosen not to do the healing are holding themselves down. And it affects the entire whole of the puzzle. There is no, everybody is chosen. Okay? There are some of us that have, yes, exclusively come here to try to inspire others to open their gifts. Yes, if you want to call that chosen. We are all chosen, though. We are all connected. There is no divide. And those that have remained unhealed and have manipulated this world in a way that serves only those that they select, yeah, they don't want you to know this, but they're us, but they're the unhealed version of us. Every time one of us heals or we do any healing for ourselves, we are influencing multiple timelines. It's not just here. It is every version of you and those in your energy on every single time parallel dimension, they level up too. Your ancestors, all of it. So it's not just, I don't know if I really want to do the healing. I'm kind of satisfied with being miserable. Do you realize the impact that healing has? Do you realize how important it is not to judge others and to stagnate others? Because you are stagnating. If you do this, you are stagnating the entire whole of it. That does not give you power. That makes people powerless. They are taking their own power and their own people that they, okay, look at it this way. Spirit keeps giving me these images. It's really strange. It's about learning, I'm going to take over the world. No, that doesn't exist anymore, okay? I'm going to take over the world. I'm going to be the powerful one. I'm going to step on heads. You're literally stepping on yourself. And the only way to truly find power is to release control and allow yourself to delegate. Okay, I'm going to help inspire all of you to open all your gifts because it's going to serve us all in the end. What'd you get? Oh, cool, we need that. What'd you get? Oh, that's awesome, we need that. What if we put this together? Oh, wow, this is incredible. Thank goodness we all are doing this. Let's get other people on board. Hey, bring your gift. Yeah, you. No, you fit in. Come on over. Look, you could do this. The more we inspire others, the more that we have this mindset that there are different levels and hierarchy, the more we stop taking other people's gift wrap and falling in this trap of perpetual not learning over and over, cyclical, constantly being given the opportunity and then failing and not seeing that there's a gift under our own chair. The more we stay in this mode, the more we have zero power to change our lives. See it with a different perception, guys. These old, recycled thought patterns that were shifted down and handed to us and programmed constantly, it won't change until we expand our brain to say, what if there is a gift under my chair that I haven't seen because I've been too busy trying to manipulate others out of theirs? I'm leaving it at that. That was a lot. That was a lot of energy that came through me, and it was almost a stern, it's time to learn. On this other deck, which is really interesting, and it's staring at me, so I'm going to take it. Oh my gosh, really, Spirit? It's all elastic, and they're saying keep going. It's about, oh my gosh. It's about choosing a different path, one that you've never walked on before, and again, that resonates with, I was going to close this out, and Spirits keep, where's the adventure card? You guys saw it. Choosing a different path, one that might be even scary because you've never seen it before and your ego's going to fight it. Your shadows are going to say, no, we don't want to go there. We're in control here. It's false. It's illusion. But by choosing that different path, you will be aligning with your highest, high-ranking spirit, okay? Your soul. You will be in complete alignment with what you are here to do, what you chose to do. Don't shoot yourself in the foot anymore. You chose to do this. By allowing yourself to free yourself from trying to take from others, from trying to do deceitful things, it's all seen because you're competing with yourself. You're competing with your highest version of you that's giving you these clues and signs going, don't do it, it's a trap. Don't fall for it. And it takes going in. Deeper wisdom from going in. Take your space for yourself. It'll change and save your life. I'm telling you, it will free you in every timeline to go in and do the healing. To say, what shadows have been prompting me? Where did I give over my power for the lower vibration entities to come in and tempt me and me fall for it? It's about restoring hope through healing, guys. Restoring hope through your own healing. No one can heal you. No one. Do you know how much of my life I spent, squandered, I will say, but it was all part of the learning journey, trying to help people that didn't even want to learn to get over the finish line? Oh, they benefited large, but it was all trivial. It's temporary, and it all crumbles. It all crumbles. What they got my wrapping. They got the bows, but they didn't get the essence. I had to unlock it, but that was only going to happen once I did my own healing and say, why do I keep setting myself up for this, taking the bait, trying to, hash out everybody's karma for them, show them the way when I ended up doing the work. Is that it, Spirit? Yeah. Invest in yourself. And it's not selfish for that reason. When you heal yourself, you unlock it for everybody. So I don't care who it is that's saying that's selfish to take time for yourself and pour into yourself. It is because it'll bring absolute peace, harmony, and balance to the entire whole. You carry the puzzle. Look under your seat. Don't be afraid of the shadows. We all have ugly, horribly weird things in our past that we don't enjoy looking at because we weren't our best selves. It doesn't matter what it was. It is all up to you to see it. We cannot heal and change if we don't look at it. Okay? So when you unwrap your gift, you'll see the wrapping on the outside, what's left of it from other people trying to scratch it away from you, right? Look in that first box. In that first box, there will be another box. That box is what you need to open to look at the shadows, the things that you have stood in your own way. Hold accountability. How did I not show up in the best way possible to attain what I really deserve in this life? Where didn't I advocate for myself? Where did I carry these false beliefs and projections from other people who were unhealed and throughout my ancestral lineage that I wasn't enough, or I wasn't this, or it's so scary to do that, or whatever these are? Open that, because once you get past those, then there's another box, and it gets better and better and better until you finally get to that final box, which is truly, sincerely, so powerful, no one will ever be able to touch what you are, who you discover you are, which is way more than the skin suit that we're borrowing in this life. It is more than anything you could even fathom, and it is the ultimate abundance in every sense of the word. Health, wealth, prosperity, love, true love, not the game love, not the player love. Everything that you could possibly dream of and some, because what I'm told is our mind cannot even fathom what all we can attain by unlocking these gifts. And every time you look at a shadow, a trigger, and you face it instead of trying to cover it up with alcohol or drugs or sex addictions or whatever, it floats these numbings, right? Okay, we don't need to numb it anymore. Society wants you to take more pills. Just don't feel the pain. Allow yourself to feel the pain. That's a temporary pain for what you're unlocking, which is your personalized gift that only your essence can unlock. And I can't wait to see what you bring to our table. I can't wait to see what everybody brings to our table. And this information is not going to be gatekept so long as I am in charge of my voice, which I am. No one gets that anymore. I will let everybody have access to this, all of this information, because it serves me too. And once we embody that behavior, what? 147. That's relevant. If you want, you can go online and say angel number 147. There's a message there. Oh, do I really have to look it up? I don't want to. Oh, darn, my phone's not around. They're telling me to go get my phone. 147. Once we realize when we help others, inspire others to help themselves, it all unlocks for us. It changes everything. All right, let's look it up, guys. It is the ultimate freedom that has never been known to you or your ancestors ever. Do you understand the power you hold? All right, angel number, where are you? I didn't want to, but angel number 147. It's as easy as that, guys. They talk to us in numbers a lot. 147. What's our message? Angel number 147 signifies your goals are achievable through discipline, diligence, and hard work, and that you possess the potential to fulfill your desires. Pure potential. It is you who holds the key on how much happiness you attain based on the healing and the ability to step into the unknown. It is up to you. You hold that much power. You can no longer blame anybody. And because the information is all online now, no one will buy that for an excuse. It was this person's fault. It was that person. No one buys it. That screams, I have healing to do. That screams, I'm not of my highest caliber. Okay? There's no escaping that. It's like wearing a giant sign that says, I just couldn't be bothered, so I'm going to sit here in the darkness. And that's not acceptable anymore. It's not. And it shouldn't be acceptable for you. You deserve the very best. It is your birthright. So look under your chair, find your gift, and don't be afraid to start cracking it open. You get past some of the weird things we wanted to avoid seeing, it'll open up a whole new timeline for you, okay? And keep going with it. Keep going with it. Discipline. Okay, guys, if you want any more information, you want to subscribe for free to my YouTube channel, EarthAngel3811, or you want a personal reading, you want to book it, all my information is below all of my videos. Take care, keep shining, you've got this. You're holding the puzzle piece. And we're excited to see what is this? What part of the puzzle does this open up for us? Take care. We're in this together, guys. Sincerely.